watching. Welcome to Facebook Ads Thursday this week. I'm super excited to be here with Rana, who is a certified digital marketer and has her own marketing business, Green Marketing Zone, correct?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So I'll let Rana tell you a little bit about herself.
So thank you so much for inviting. And yeah, I do provide online visibility through web design and digital marketing to businesses to reach more clients. And I also host a digital marketing talk every month where I invite different business owners and marketing professionals where they share their experiences with other business owners to help them in getting inspired or getting more information and education about how to do digital marketing. So thanks for inviting me to the show today.
Awesome. Yeah. Super happy for you to be here. And it's cool because we're going to be talking about SEO, which is something that we haven't talked about before inside of the Facebook ads party. And I know is a super important part of digital marketing and having a web presence coming up at the top of the search, all that fun stuff. So, if you want to kick off with just telling us a little bit about what SEO even is and why it's important, that would be amazing.
Yes, sure. So SEO stands for search engine optimization, and it is a process of developing a marketing and a technical plan to ensure high rankings across multiple search engines. So in easy words, I would say that, let's say if somebody is searching for any product or a service online, and if let's say you have some kind of a product or service-based business and your website is showing up online on the first page of Google, that means that you are getting that ranking, and that means that you are getting more clients. So that's what SEO does for your business. So it is basically a digital marketing strategy where you have to have you work with different types of keywords. It's a given set of keywords that you use on your website or your web pages to rank higher on Google search.
Okay, awesome. And so how do you determine which keywords you should even be using to rank high or for your business? What's the way you do that?
That's a very good question. So basically, there are some tools that you can use to determine, because keywords are the heart and soul for SEO. You're basically working with keywords to rank your website pages on Google. So there are some tools that you can use. You can use Google Keyword Planner. You can use Ubersuggest. There are some keyword tools that you can use easily to go and find those specific keywords for your niche. And you can do a competitive analysis through your competitors as well. There are some tools like SpyFu. You can use SpyFu to do competitor analysis. What is your competitor doing and what type of keywords they are using to rank their pages on Google. So this is the work that you have to do before you go and find those specific keywords to use on your website pages.
Yeah. And then so when you are entering like those keywords into your website, right, is that something that you just want to use within the text of your website? Is it something that you put behind the scenes in the code? I know like on some platforms, there's like the SEO metadata. Of course, you're going to put those in there, but where are spots where like are important to put those keywords?
There are two factors that are very, very important when you are doing SEO. So your on-page SEO and your off-page SEO. So when you're doing on-page SEO, your title of the page, your description of the page, these are the two important things that actually Google makes sure that when you're getting a ranking from Google search engine, your title and your meta description is the number one thing. But that's where you're using your actual keywords to get the ranking out of it. And then you're also using those specific keywords on the description of your page as well. And it doesn't have to be that you have to just stuff keywords on the page, and then it's not going to be ranking if you are using too many keywords on the page as well. So, but your title and your description, meta description, are the two main important places where you have to use those keywords. And then you have to use them on the description of the page, wherever you're giving your description of the products or services. Let's say if somebody's searching for a florist in their area, right? And they say, okay, I'm looking for a florist in specific zip code or florist near me. These are specific keywords that Google is, when somebody is searching with the search intent, Google is actually matching those phrases with your website keywords, the keywords that you have been using on your website. And that's how you will be ranking. And the other factor that will help you, especially when people are searching for local places, for any local place, your local SEO helps a lot. So in that case, if you have registered on Google My Business, it will help you definitely being ranked on Google whenever somebody's searching for, be it a photographer, or somebody's searching for a plumber, or somebody's searching for a florist, right? Yeah. So these are very, very important terms.
Cool. This is such good information. Thanks so much. And I'm going to click over and check the comments and see if anyone has any questions for us. But otherwise, another question for you: how do you know if your SEO is effective, or if you chose the right keywords, or any of those things? How would you know?
That's a very important question. So it's a very interesting fact that I was reading the other day. On the first page of Google, when somebody is searching, the organic results get 67% of all the clicks. And it's amazing that people are paying for paid advertisement as well, but still organic searches are getting more clicks other than the paid advertisement that people are using, maybe Google ads, their search ads, or display ads, or anything. So when looking for your keywords, that if, let's say, if I've used some kind of SEO technique and I feel like, okay, if it's effective or not, you have to know what type of keywords you're using. The keywords have to be according to the niche that you're in, or whatever your business is. It can be any product-based business or any service-based business. So you have to make sure before you go and when you're making a strategy for SEO, you have to do your comparative analysis first, and then your keyword research second. And once when you're using the right things in your strategy, definitely you will be getting the results out of it. And the number one thing to see if your SEO is working for you or not is to just getting the numbers through. Maybe if you can use Google Analytics, you can see all the visitors coming to your website. One of my clients, she was like, okay, she was not getting a lot of clients and not getting a lot of visitors on her website. And we tweaked her website for some specific keywords. And she started getting more visitors, and she was amazed. She was like, okay, I don't know where all of these visitors are coming from. So that's one of the metric that you have to be making sure when you want to really make sure that, okay, is my SEO working or not? Mm-hmm. Are these numbers matching? If people are spending more time on your website, then that means that whatever they're looking for, you're providing them. And the way Google is showing your website to them is through the keywords that you have used in your website or on the pages wherever your products or services are listed.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, and all of that, right? Make sure that you have your Google Analytics set up, your Google tag installed, and so that you can track all that good stuff, because there's a ton of data and information back there.
And if you can have a Google Search Console, it can tell you the CTR of your website. Where do you rank on Google? Because let's say if you're ranking on the 5th page of the Google, you're nowhere to be found. Right. Nobody's going to go to the 5th page and say, oh, by the way, okay, maybe some business is going to be listed there, so let me go and check it out there, right? Yeah. So Google Search Console is also a very good tool to go and find the errors on your backlinks or any errors on your website, or if your website is not mobile friendly, because these days most people are using phones to search anything, and they're not. Yeah, there is the desktops are still there, but more people are using phones. So if your website is not built for being mobile friendly, then it's gonna be not giving you the results that you're looking for. So when you're doing your when you're putting an effort to do SEO, or you want to be ranked on Google and you want to be seen by your clients, all of these small things, they do matter in when you're actually trying to get more ranking on Google.
Okay, awesome. And so besides doing like keyword research, and I guess this is my last question for you. So if anyone watching has questions, feel free to drop them in the comments as well. A couple of people have stopped by and said hi, Melissa and Ellie. Hey, so what was it? Oh, besides just doing keyword research, what are some other ways that people can boost their SEO or improve it?
Keywords are just one of the component when you're doing SEO. So you have to make sure that your technical SEO is also being placed there. So there are some things that you have to make sure that one of them is like your website speed is not slow. If it's going to take 3 seconds, more than 3 seconds, nobody's going to stay there. So that's one of the factor that whenever you want to boost your SEO. The other thing is you want to make sure if you're selling any type of product on your website, or you're selling any services or courses or anything on your website, you want to make sure that your website is secure. And you use SSL on your website, which is a secure socket layer. And it is one of the ranking factors on Google these days, because if instead of HTTP, if your website is HTTPS, it's going to give you more ranking on Google. So that is another tip to boost your SEO when you're putting some effort in doing SEO. Yeah. And then third thing is to make sure that your links are not broken. If you have backlinks coming to your website, or you have even internal links on your website, you want to make sure that those links are not broken. Because let's say if you have a product-based business and somebody lands on your website and that page is showing 404 to them, it's not going to do anything for them. You're just going to be losing that client, or you're losing that customer at that point. Right? So you have to make sure that when you're putting effort in SEO, even if you want to boost, or you want to make sure that you are ranking on Google, your backlinks are very, very important when you're putting an effort to do SEO. So, and then your title, your meta description, these are all some things that you have to make sure that you're using your keywords in those areas as well. So whenever somebody lands on your page, you want to make sure that once they click on your website, they just stick there. They look at what you're selling, what are your products, what are your services that you're giving it to them. So you just don't want them, because if there is something that they're not going to find, they're going to abandon that website. So, and that is one of the factor that you can check in Google Analytics for your bounce rate. If people are just landing on your web page, maybe on your landing page, and they're just abandoning that page right away, that means it's not serving the purpose they were looking for somehow.
Definitely. This is awesome. Thanks so much. And so, yeah, I always talk about like, make sure your Facebook pixel is set up, make sure it's installed on your website. But now, so anyone who's watching, if you don't have your Google Analytics set up and your G tag installed, make sure that's done too, because that's also something that will help you, one, get important data, but two, see the effectiveness of your SEO. Yeah,
definitely. Google Analytics is very, very important when you're actually looking, because those numbers, they matter a lot. You want to see where your visitors are coming from, or how many are they that are coming from, which device they're coming from. You can use Google Suggest to just see what type of searches or queries actually people are searching for specific terms that you're maybe if you're in a product-based business, or if you're in a service-based business. So depending on the niche, you have to make sure that you're using those specific keywords that people are searching, not just, okay, what am I thinking? Okay, that's not going to serve the purpose. So
great. Thank you so much. And so Rana, where can we find you? Where can people follow you? And of course we can share a link too, so that people can find you as well.
Yeah, sure. So people can find me on my Facebook page. It's at Green Marketing Zone. And you can contact me on my website at greenmarketingzone.com.
Thank you so much for being here. It was fun. It was a pleasure. Learned a ton.
Thank you so much for inviting.
Of course. So talk to you next time.